Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, I'm going to be giving you guys 3 plays that will guarantee you a lot more wins in ranked PvP. Now, this is only one part of a series that could be, so depending on how you guys like this video, I would definitely do another one with other characters that you could apply text to guarantee wins. Now, just some disclaimers, with the text that I'm using in this video, you do need a decent team surrounding them. So just doing it is not going to get you a win. You have to take out 3 people in a PvP battle. That's kind of common sense. But the ones I put in this video, I use on a day-to-day basis. And honestly, using them, it feels too good. Too good. Some of them are kind of cheesy, but boy, are they fun to use. Of course, if you know any as well, definitely leave them down below in the comment section. Because like I said, this could be a series. But nothing more needs to be said. Let's get into these top 3 plays that you can apply in ranked PvP. So this first one here is my personal favorite, and it's utilizing Ultra Vegito Blue's Vanish removal to guarantee yourself a kill. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You could combo the Vanish removal into an ultimate art, so you're gonna have to press the main ability, and depending on how you build your Ultra Vegito Blue, in my case, I run him on Fusion Warriors with Corrupted Zamasu and G4, and I would 4 times Zenkai buff Corrupted Zamasu and Ultra Vegito Blue. But using this team, when I switch in Ultra Vegito Blue after they do a strike art, now it's very important that it happens after a strike art, because if they do a blast art, you guys know that they can blast arts cancel. So if they do a strike art at like mid-range and then you vanish and you're waiting for them to vanish, instead of waiting for them to vanish, immediately switch in Ultra Vegito Blue. You take their vanish, so even if they sidestep, they can't do anything. Press the main ability, and from that point on, you just let the ultimate hit. If you don't want to hit the ultimate, of course you can Rising Rush, and Vegito Blue is pretty lovely, pretty generous. He gives you that endurance nullification when you press the Rising Rush. Of course, depending on your situation, you could blue card, hit a strike art. I love doing this specifically against G4 when his health is low but his counter isn't up. Be wary of his counter because the ultimate will get stopped. But more importantly, against Fusing Gogeta Blue, because that guy's obviously going to die given that he's yellow. It's also in your favor to potentially try and bait the person that you're fighting. So I stay in with G4, do a vanish step when they do a strike art, and then switch into UVB to guarantee the kill against Gogeta Blue. A lot of people are very aggressive when they have Fusing Gogeta Blue against Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta because yellow beats purple. But what they're not ready for is the vanish removal where red beats yellow. Outside of the way I've used the technique, obviously Ultra Vegito Blue's vanish removal is pretty good for numerous reasons. You could use it at the start of the battle to catch people off guard, but if they're prepared, they can switch out and get out of it. So I don't recommend using it like that, and I also don't recommend using it at mid-range where they could possibly vanish step. You want that guaranteed kill, so after they do a strike art and you vanish, it's the best scenario to catch them. This one here is another one I've been utilizing day and night. We've got Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's lock-in. Now, this requires some timing, and once you get used to it, it's the best thing ever, honestly. Now, essentially what you'll be doing is using the blue card or the ultimate art to capitalize on the fact that they will activate your counter. Now, what's really good about the blue card and the ultimate art in Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's kit is that instead of blast armor, it has nullify blast arts. What that means is if the person does a blast art and you press the blue card, you will take no damage, unlike when you use blast armor. Similar to a Rising Rush, you're practically invincible while gliding through, and it is slightly faster than when you use a strike with blast armor or a blue, green, or ultimate. Now, utilizing this, if the enemy uses a blast art and you press the blue card and you have your counter full, your counter will not activate because you took no damage or any sort of attack. So what you want to do is when they do use a blast art from long range, you hit the blue card or the ultimate, but more likely a blue card, so that you can glide all the way through. Now, what you want them to do is intentionally vanish your attack. If they vanish your attack, one thing that will happen is that it will activate late. If it activates late, that obviously reads as a non-perfect vanish, so they did not get a perfect vanish. And then once they attack you, your gauge counter will activate. Now, what's good about your counter activating is that their main abilities get locked and their Rising Rush gets locked. So they can't use those for about 5 timer counts. And in addition to that, they've lost their vanish. So now you're in the battlefield with just them. It's no switching, and you can either ult or you can press the Rising Rush, which will guarantee you a kill. And somebody's probably wondering, But what if they rising rush me instead of attacking me? Well, in that case, just stand still until you hear the rising rush and vanish them. The benefit of this tech is that if you actually get rising rushed after they vanish, you can just vanish. Don't do anything until the rising rush is something that you hear, because if they attack you in any way, shape or form, UG4 will counter it. This is something that has to be prepared, so advisory to fill your counter up, so the gauge, make sure it's filled, then switch out, then bring him back in later to have this useful to you. And just using G4 in general, you shouldn't want to get the counters out instantly. Fill that bar, then switch out, then use them to switch back in later, which could be a big convenient play when trying to avoid later attacks in PvP. You don't necessarily have to do it like this, but this is the best way to guarantee you not getting rising rushed, because you get an opportunity to vanish if you time it correctly, and you will lock them in, guaranteeing yourself a chance to kill them. Now this one here, I used it in the prime of Super 17, but it's not exclusive to Super 17. You can do this with a bunch of people, but your timing has to be really good. Now, what you're going to want to do is have Super 17 or Ultra Vegito Blue. Either or works. There are some others that it could work with, but these two are the main dominant forces that you could apply. Ultra Gogeta Blue if you just like him. Now you want to be baiting the enemy with another one of your teammates. So in this case, I've got Kid Buu who has no blast armor, and I've got him standing in the battlefield like an idiot. Just at the back of the battlefield, he doesn't have anything that he can do to attack through a blast art besides from a blue card, which is very unlikely, you know. So in most cases, enemies will initiate and send a blast card your way or a tap shot. Now what you need to be ready to do is press the green card in your deck. The condition is to just have a green card in your deck. You immediately switch into Super 17 when you see them press a blast art, and you press the green card. You have enough time because it's coming from long range. In pressing that green card, and this is the reason I think it works best with Super 17, Super 17 will lock in the enemy, gold type neutral. It gives you a position to rising rush. You'll take their advantage too, so there's literally nothing they can do besides from dash up and tap attack you if you decide to use a blast art. So if you have a strike card, you've got them 100%. If you have the ultimate already, you've got them 100%. If you've got a blue card, you've got them 100%. If you've got the rising rush, you've got them 100%. Very rarely will people be able to get out of that Super 17 green card, especially if you're midway through the game or late game. I did this early game, so obviously it didn't kill Kid Buu, and I also want to point out Kid Buu is actually incredible. But 9 times out of 10, if you use it somewhere in the middle of the game, you will get the kill. Super 17 is insane when it comes to this. It's super cheesy, and like I mentioned, you don't have to use it with Super 17. So if you did it with Ultra Vegito Blue, you wouldn't lock them in, but you'd get a free blue card. If you did it with Ultra Gogeta Blue, you'll hear it's futile and you'd be able to hit a blue card. But me personally, I think this is best with Super 17. Super good trick that you could use. You immediately can get a kill on somebody, especially if it's a yellow against Super 17. If you're using Gogeta Blue, good way to counter him. This is going to be the end of the video. Just wanted to share some gems for characters that you might be using in ranked PvP. I've got a couple other characters in mind already, but I think these characters, simply because I use them a lot, I should have just started with these. Like I said at the start of the video, if you know any with other characters, leave them down below in the comment section. This could be a series, but I think these techniques could be super useful, would turn PvP a lot more cheesy, but of course you gotta be ready yourself if you didn't know about these techniques. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.